Muy buenas, soy Sigiloco Games, estamos aquí en el Dragon Age Origins. Continuando la historia donde dejamos el último video. Y bueno, que ya morimos aquí. Vamos a repetir esa parte. Pero primero, déjenme hacer una cosita. ¿Listo? Vamos por ahí. Vamos a cambiar la estrategia. En este ya vimos. Por aquí. A ver. Tú por aquí. Y tú ahí. Eso. A ver. Aquí. Y ahí. Eso.
Right. Here we go. Is that all you've got?
Listo.
We're fighting more giants, aren't you? Time for some fun. You had it coming. Only one shall stand.
Alright, battle it is then.
Ahí. A ver, por ahí. Ahí.
Good to go.
Time for some fun.
Listo.
Make this quick.
A ver. Por acá. Y tú acá.
How about you?
You force our hand.
Acá.
Victory is mine.
Listo.
I wasn't so bad.
Por aquí. Por tú. Acá. Acá.
Getting sloppy.
Ahí.
Right.
Ahí.
You'll never know what hit him. Look at this mess. I love it. You had it coming.
Listo. Vamos ahí. A ver. Cataplasma. Cataplasma. No puedo poner cataplasma. Yo.
It's either you or me. It's gonna be me.
Let's make this quick.
Vamos por ahí. Te molesto. ¿Listo?
This should be easy enough.
Vamos a guardar por aquí. Y podemos irnos. Y hemos llegado. Mira tú.
My name is Carrigan. Once, longer ago than I care to think, I was a paragon to the dwarves of Orzammar.
Carrigan, the Paragon Smith, alive?
Ah, there is a voice I recognize. Shale of the House of Kadash, step forward.
You know my name. Is it you that forged me then? Is it you that gave me my name?
Have you forgotten then? Ah, it has been so long. I made you into the golem you are now, Shale. But before that you were a dwarf, just as I was. The finest warrior to serve King Valtor, and the only woman to volunteer.
The only woman? A dwarf?
I laid you on the anvil of the void, here in this very room, and put you into the form you now possess.
The anvil of the void. That is what we seek.
If you seek the anvil, then you must care about my story, or be doomed to relive it. Though I made many things in my time, I rose to fame and earned my status based on a single item, the Anvil of the Void. It allowed me to forge a man of steel or stone, as flexible and clever as any soldier. As an army, they were invincible, but I told no one the cost. No mere smith, however skilled, has the power to create life. To make my golems live, I had to take their lives from elsewhere. The Darkspawn were pressing in. Originally, I only took volunteers, the bravest of souls, willing to trade their very lives for the chance to defend their homeland. But King Valtor became greedy. He began to force men, casteless and criminals, his political enemies, all of them were to be given to the anvil. It took feeling the hammer's blow myself to realize the height of my crimes. I, trapped forever in my own creation, a fitting punishment, I suppose. My apprentices knew enough to make me as I am, but not enough to fashion a control rod. I retained my mind. You were amongst the most loyal, Shale. You remained at my side throughout, and at the end, I sent you away out of mercy.
I do not remember.
We have remained entombed here ever since, and I have sought a way to destroy the anvil. Alas, I cannot do it myself. No golem can touch it.
No! The anvil is mine! No one will take it from me!
Shale, you fought to destroy the anvil once. Do not allow it to fall into unthinking hands again!
You speak of things I do not remember. You say we fought. Did you use our control rods to command us to do so?
I destroyed the rods. Perhaps my apprentices eventually learned to replace the rods. I do not know. But if so, then all they need is the anvil to make all the slaves they need. You, please, help me destroy the anvil. Do not let it enslave more souls than it already has.
listen. He's been trapped here for 1,000 years, stewing in his own madness. Help me claim the anvil, and you will have an army like you've never seen.
Bronca, you mad, bleeding nugtail. Does this thing mean so much to you that you can't even see what you've lost to get it?
Look around. Is this what our empire should look like? A crumbling tunnel filled with dark spawn spume? The anvil will let us take back our glory.
So it fights with Caradin? Good. That seems right.
Thank you, stranger. Your compassion shames me.
No, you will not take it. Not while I still live.
Bronca, don't throw your life away for this. Just give her the blasted thing. She's confused. Maybe once she calms down, we can talk to her.
Bah! You're not the only master smith here, Caradin. Golems, obey me! Attack!
A control rod? But, my friend, you must help me. I cannot stop her alone.
¿Qué pasó ahí? A ver. Primerito vamos a hacer Shale. Ahí. Si podemos. ¿Quién murió? A ver, ¿dónde está? Listo. Listo. Vamos a ver qué nos dieron. Esta no. Esto peor que tengas mejor. Vamos a ver. Continuaremos con Denerim. Primero, vamos por acá. Listo. Vamos por acá.
Names. Long list of dwarves. Wait, hold on. We honor who have made this sacrifice. Let their names be remembered. Fart me a lullaby. It's a memorial of all the dwarves who became golems. Has to be. If there was some way of getting this back to the Shaper at Norzimar, I bet they'd brown their trousers and pay good gold for it. Probably both.
No. Perhaps it thinks I should. It may have something to do with Caradon's words. If there is some way to make a copy of these runes, I am willing to study them. Perhaps there is something to be gleaned from them, I know not.
Listo. El registro del golem.
Another life lost because of my invention. I wish no mention of it had made it into history.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. Stupid woman. Always knew the anvil would kill her.
How is it that the woman was not able to disable me as she did you, Caradon?
I do not know. Have you been altered?
I once had a pathetic little mage of a master. He did something to me, experimented on me, and then I killed him, and it rendered me paralyzed.
Perhaps he was bringing forth old memories, and caused you to remember the time when you fought at my side. The paralysis you speak of always resulted when the Master perished. As for your free will, you were always a strong woman, Shell. I am pleased to see you remain such.
I don't know what to say. Thank you.
Do not thank me. All of this is my doing, my legacy. But at least it ends here. I thank you for standing with me, stranger. The anvil waits there for you to shatter it. Is there any boon I can grant you for your aid? A final favor before I am freed from my burden?
Yeah. I don't suppose you can bring Bronca back. Maybe make her a golem like you.
I would not do such a thing to her, even if I could.
Somehow I didn't think so. Well, and I don't want anything that would remind me of this. Best it's just done. There is still the matter of the election. I mean, we still need a paragon to get the assembly support, right?
For the aid you've given me, I shall put hammer to steel one last time, and give you a crown for the king of your choice. Give it to whom you will. I do not wish to hear their names, nor anything more of them. I have already lived far beyond my time. I have no place here. enough. My shame.
But where will it go? You don't mean to...
I do. I live to ensure that the anvil was never used again. Now it never shall be. We all must have an end, Shale. May yours be one of your own choosing. You have my eternal thanks, stranger. A trust in all Tunsha. May you always find your way in the dark.
Y listo. Vámonos. Aquí soltamos gotas de lirio. Y nada más. Y de momento estamos aquí. Vamos a hacer esto. Y esto. Y también esto. Lo primero que vamos a hacer es irnos al moldeato.
Well, that pretty much beat the sod out of how I imagined it. You ready to head back yet and share the news? Yeah, those Deshirs have been trying to destroy the city for years. Haven't managed yet.
Y nos vamos a ir a Olsamar.
Lords of the Assembly, I call for order. This argument gets us nowhere.
Then why these delaying tactics? I call for a vote right now. My father has one living child to assume the Idukan throne. Who would deny him that?
Your father made me swear on his deathbed you would not succeed him.
I apologize for the interruption, Lord Steward, but the Grey Warden has returned.
We should let the Warden speak. What news do you bring?
Caridin was trapped in the body of a golem. This warden granted him the mercy he sought, releasing him and destroying the Anvil of the Void. Before he died, Caridin forged a crown for Orzamar's next king, chosen by the ancestors themselves.
And we are supposed to trust this? The word of a drunken sot and a Grey Warden known to be in Harrowmont's pocket?
Silence! This crown is of Paragon make, and bears House Hortan's ancient seal. Tell us, Warden, whom did Caridin choose?
I appreciate your forthrightness, Warden. You have acted with grace through this entire torturous process.
Let the memories find you worthy. First amidst the lords of the houses, the King of Orzammar.
I will not abide by this!
The ancestors have spoken.
Would you let a surfacer decide the fate of the dwarves?
Watch out! They brought weapons!
Guards!
Ahora ahí listo. Primerito.
I admit I did not think even Balin would defy the word of a paragon, nor that so many would follow him. But most of Orzammar has seen him for what he really is, and I trust we will bring this insurgency under control. Indeed, more than anyone but my wife, Warden, and I thank you for it. Those loyal to the throne will begin preparations for a surface mission immediately. Orzammar will fulfill its treaties. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get to the palace and set our plans in motion. This is the staff I carried as King Endrin's II. Take it as a reminder of your place in Orzammar. I wish you luck against the Blight Warden. May we foster another 4 centuries of peace.
Listo.
Right.
You will get what's coming to you.
The king will not forget your service, Warden.
I always knew Balin was a bad egg. Even as a little boy, he was sly.
Don't worry, Warden. We'll put down this rebellion.
The Assembly paid you great honor, Warden.
Vámonos.
How could you defy Prince Balin?
Y aquí sigue Horta, ¿qué pasó?
They're opening rooms for us on the old Orton estate. Because of you, my family's dreams came true.
You are stone-carved, Warden. I've never seen the like.
Concordo.
If I'd heard it secondhand, I'd have called it a sodding lie. Warden, we've got a king because of you. The rest, impressive, but the Legion is grateful most for restored leadership. It frees us to fight to the Darkspawn properly. Nay, our place is down here. When you break the Blight, and you've got the skill, we'll make sure they have nowhere to retreat. You'll have us indirectly. That's more than any surfacer can say. You alone have the skill to back up your words. Each of the Legion owes our homeland a death, but if our lives are better shed on the surface, so be it. Back to Orzammar when we win, though. I'll not stay topside to lose my stone sense.
Listo. Más por acá.
As you wish.
Hay que hablar con el moldeador. Primero vamos aquí.
Right.
Listo.
Impressive work, Warden. King Haramont's impending coronation has been entered into the memories. Is there something more I can help you with? What's this? A list of names. Most of these clans no longer even exist. Is this authentic?
You bet your hairy arse it is. Taken from a tablet in Caridin's fortress, no less.
Then is it true? The rumors of Caridin's so-called volunteers? Extraordinary! I would love to make a copy of this. The Shaperit has never had much information on Caridin and his golems, much less proof of this magnitude. Warden, I hope this artifact from our archives will suffice as a reward. I must inform the Shaperit at once.
Vamos a ver qué nos dio. Aquí nada, aquí nada. Creo que nos dio esto. O esto. No sé, pero algo nos dio. A Shale. Un bastón de Harman. Y bueno. Más por aquí. Las memorias. Listo.
At least someone is willing to stand up for tradition. Thank you again.
I'm quite busy. Please do not disturb me.
Vámonos de aquí. Vamos a ver qué tenemos más. Faltan unas cosas acá. Y con eso acabaremos en Orzammar. Tenemos que entrar aquí.
This should be easy enough.
Vamos por acá.
Let's get started.
Voy a poner aquí Shell. El luchador. Listo. Metemos a Bartag.
Enemies approaching. Will never give up the throne. Guards! Only one shall stand! As you wish.
Listo. ¿Qué tenemos por aquí? Guardias reales. Y por acá. Acá no hay nada. No. Vámonos. Vámonos por aquí.
On it.
Aquí tenemos una carta.
This should be easy enough.
Carta de Rica. Por acá nada más. Vamos por acá. Tenemos un libro. Y un cofre.
You need me?
Listo. Por acá. Acá tenemos un cofre.
Right away.
Tenemos este aquí.
Please be quiet. My patient needs a rest. Fools and their politics. The poison was probably imported as a king killer, and she got dosed by mistake. I've never seen anything this potent.
Warden, I don't know. Maybe you've seen something like this on the surface. Maybe you've used something like it. If you can chase these things down, I'll thank you. But I won't get my hopes up. The stone will take her soon.
A ver. Antídoto para elixir enano. Crear. Listo. Y listo.
She'll be up and around in no time, thanks to you.
Señora Prudence. Tenemos que regresar para ver qué pasa ahí. Y simplemente entrar y salir. Por aquí está todo. Vemos. Sí, aquí está todo. Misiones. Aparece poder. Eso está bien. Luego de Blackstone. Sí. Sí. Estamos todo bien ya. Hablar con Harmon.
I will not forget who won me this throne.
Entramos de nuevo.
On it.
Listo. Vamos a ver con la señora Prudence. Creo que nos decía algo, pero no me acuerdo qué. No. No. Vámonos. Ahora sí vamos a cambiar de equipo. Menos ahí.
Pigeon crap.
Thunder Humper.
Ahí.
Blood
y ahí.
and damnation.
Ahí.
Indeed.
Y ahí.
Yes.
Listo.
News of the hour. Harumant is king. What more need be said?
Vámonos.
I need to set an audience with the new king. He'll understand that my bad knees exempt me from fighting, right?
Vamos a vender cositas.
Have you seen my lunch? I'm only asking because you never know. Right, best in the trade, you know.
Listo. Aquí. Chao. 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 Eso no. Eso no. Esto sí. Esto sí. Arco. Sí. 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 Eso no, eso no, eso no. Eso no. Mi hermana no. Sí. Mi religión no. Tumba vacas no. Esto sí. Esto sí. Esto sí, esto sí, esto sí. Esto sí. Escudo de Franca. Sí. Sí. Eso no, eso no. Aquí está el relámpago perfecto. Esto sí. Esto sí. Hay aquí. Frita, topacio, diamante. Esto sí, esto sí, esto sí. Y listo. Otro inventario. Liana. Está aquí. Y listo. Vámonos. Y la forma más rápida de irnos es ir por acá.
As you wish.
Hacemos esto. Y nos vamos a ir al campamento. Así que tenemos que hablar con Shale. Vamos aquí.
Shale of House Kadash. Is that who I once was? I find this difficult to believe. If I was this Shale of House Kadash, as Caridin said, there must be some evidence of my existence remaining. I must find it. There is another way. What Caridin said, it has allowed me to remember one thing. I believe I know where Kadash Taig is. Its offer is appreciated. I will mark the location on its map. If we can journey there soon, I am most curious as to what we will find.
Y tenemos nueva misión. Nos falta solo misión de Sebran. ¿Quién más? Ay, de Ogre. Vamos a hablar con Ogre.
There you are. Wanted to talk to you. You and I, you know how sometimes you spend time with people and things. I was thinking, I do know some people out here on the surface. A person, actually. A girl I knew in Orzammar. Before I left, obviously. What? Oh, you mean where we were running? Oh, aye. After Bronca left for the deep roads. Name's Felsi. She was a fiery one. I'm sure she's forgiven me by now. Thought maybe I'd track her down. See how she's been living. What? Why are you asking me? I didn't do anything. I tried to look her up the last time we were at Lake Calenhad. She wasn't at work at the inn. At home with her sick mother, they said. I figured it was just the ancestors telling me something. But I keep thinking about her. Well, and a good friend you are, Warden. I'll think about you if we ever... no, actually, that would be gross. No, what was it you wanted to say? What about? You get a sword or an axe, and are told to go out and defend your city. It's the best thing in the world. That is until you try to live in the city you saved. I mean, they train you to kill, teach you to harness your rage at the first noise you hear, then try to set 100 sodding rules about it. Like those provings. Ancestors show their favor through the strongest arm, right? So why so many rules saying how to fight, and when you win, and not to bloody kill? Killing's what swords are for. You toss a nug to a deep stalker, you don't expect it not to eat the thing, right? This makes me cranky. Don't you have any other inane questions? Oh, sure, I'm fine with it. I mean, she was a real firebrand between the sheets, but a bit soft in the skull, you know what I mean? Explains why she left, anyway. Woman was a few columns short of a haul, you know? I mean, she leaves me and flits about with that water-tart hespit. What's she got that I don't? Just the thought of the two of them together, kissing and licking and intertwined on the floor of the deep roads. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back to the tent for a moment. Excuse me.
Vamos a guardar aquí y tenemos la misión de Ogren.
Come to talk to old Ogren, have you? Don't know why. Nothing. I'm fine. Just, I got a hornet in my eye is all. Did you want to talk about something? What about? All right. Aye, all right then.
Y listo. Y lo único que nos falta es Sepran. Vamos a guardar aquí.
What say you? By all means. I know little enough of the Dalish other than the fact that my mother was one, or so I was told. She had fallen in love with an elven woodcutter and accompanied him back to the city, leaving her clan behind for good. And there, of course, the woodcutter died of some filthy disease and my mother was forced into prostitution to pay off his debts. All is tale in the book. How should I know? My mother was a whore, as you'll recall. None of the other elven boys in the whorehouse knew their fathers. I was not so unusual. I didn't know my mother either, of course. She died giving birth to me. My first victim, as it were. We were all raised communally by the whores. It was a happy enough existence, ignoring the occasional beating. Until eventually I was sold to the crows. I brought a good price, so I hear. My original point is that my mother's Dalish nature was always a point of fascination for me. Through all the years of my crow training, the one thing of my mother's that I possessed was a pair of gloves. They were of Dalish make, I knew that much, and beautiful. I had to keep them hidden, of course, as we were not allowed such things. Eventually, they were discovered, and I never saw them again. I don't feel anything about them. Oh, we heard about them in the city, even deep in Antiva. I even had the notion once to run off and join them. Naturally, the reality did not live up at all to the fantasies I had constructed as a boy, staring at those gloves. But such is life. Come, enough talk of the Dalish. Let us move on.
Listo. Guardemos otra vez.
What say you? By all means. Oh, you wish to know about Antiva, do you? The only way to truly appreciate it would be to go there. It is a warm place, not cold and harsh like this Ferelden. In Antiva it rains often, but the flowers are always in bloom. Or so the saying goes. Every land has its assassins. Some are simply more open about their business than others. I hail from the glorious Antiva city, home to the royal palace. It is a glittering gem amidst the sand, my Antiva city. Do you come from someplace comparable? have never seen that place. I am sure it has its charms, and its dogs. You know what is most odd? We speak of my homeland, and for all its wine and its dark-haired beauties and the lilo flutes of the minstrels, I miss the leather the most. I mean the smell. For years, I lived in a tiny apartment near Antiva City's leather-making district, in a building where the crows stored their youngest recruits, packed in like crates. I grew accustomed to the stench, even though the humans complained of it constantly. To this day, the smell of fresh leather is what reminds me most of home more than anything else. Oh, not so long, I know. It is my first time away from Antiva, however, and the thought of never returning makes me think of it constantly. Before I left, I was tempted to spend what little coin I possessed on leather boots I spotted in a store window. Finest Antivan leather. Perfect craftsmanship. Ah, but I was a fool to leave them. I thought, Zevran, you can buy them when you return as a reward for a job well done. Oh, the fool I, no? True, and it's a comforting thought. One simply never knows what is to come next. How could I have suspected I would end up defeated by a handsome Grey Warden? A man who then spares my life? I could not. Quite right you are. I see the Grey Wardens do not recruit fools. Now, if it is all the same to you, I would prefer not to speak more of Antiva. It makes me wistful and hungry for a proper meal. What say you? By all means. Again? Well now, what might interest you, I wonder? Shall I describe the stages involved with Lanthrax poisoning? I watched a man go through all 7 once. No, I'll not inflict that upon you just yet. Let's see, how about the largest battle I ever took part in? That would have been the slaughter of Prince Azrin. Did you hear of that down in these parts? Prince Azrin was 4th in line to the throne, you see. He started off as 11th, but worked his way up the old-fashioned method by inheriting control of an entire Crocel from his grandfather. After assassinating his way through the royal family, the king hired 3 other cells to take down Prince Azrin once and for all. I was in one of those cells. Antivan royalty is very much bound up in the crows. You wouldn't want it run by a bunch of commoners, after all, would you? And this means they get involved in politics quite often. This particular fight nearly bankrupted the nation, I understand. It almost ended up putting a crow on the throne, a commoner. But that's a whole different story. I played a very small part. Antiva might seem a bit odd in that way to outsiders. We take it in stride, however. Assassins are simply part of the landscape, so to speak. My part in the entire battle was taken up trying to reach Princess Verina, who had thrown in with her brother. I killed about 11 of her guards personally before I got knocked out of a window. I landed in a river and nearly drowned. I was fished out by some urchins who robbed me blind. Made off with my boots, too. At least they didn't cut my throat. And that was my part in history. I had to find my way back to the safe house, bruised and naked, and thankful to be alive. But there you go. Tale told. Let's be off before I tell more embarrassing stories, huh?
Y listo. Vámonos. Pero sí. Ogren. Esta y esta.
Yes.
Vamos aquí. Llegamos. Tenemos por aquí. Nada. Entramos aquí.
There she is. I'm gonna go talk to her. Look, you gotta back me up here. Got it? Thanks, Warden. Just be ready to pry her off when she throws herself at me. We don't want to make a scene here. Well, don't pry her off me too soon. I mean, a little scene's all right. Are you sure you're not a baker? 'Cause you got a sodding nice set of buns.
Agrin, is that you?
Yeah, in the flesh, baby.
What are you doing here?
Just trying to kick back with a pint. Fighting darkspawn's a lot of sodding work, you know?
You're fighting Darkspawn?
It was a bit of pain, but it was a personal favor for the King of Orzammar, you understand?
The whole surface to choose from, and you just happened to come to my tavern?
Well, What? Oh, right. It's fate, Felsi. What can I say?
Fate? The ancestors must have a sense of humor then.
Sure they do. You've had a good look at Lady Helmy, haven't you? If her face isn't a joke the ancestors are playing, I'm a Bronto's behind.
So, Lady Helmy must be a paragon of beauty then.
I've been thinking about you, Felsi.
What do you want, Agrin?
Nothing. Just thought I'd see how you were doing is all. Well, maybe that and grease up the Bronto, if you know what I mean.
Well, you've seen me. You'll have to go back to Orzammar for the Bronto. Oh, the Queen needed a new fool, did she?
Oh well, it's been fun, Felsi. But I better go.
Wait, you're leaving? You just got here. I haven't called you a shaft rat yet.
Well, you can't keep the archdemon waiting. You hurt its feelings, it might just turn the whole blight around and go home. Nobody wants that.
Well, you don't need to fight it right now, do you? I mean, you could have a pint first. You could call me a surly Bronto. I can tell you that you smell like nut droppings.
I'll tell you what, I got some things I gotta do, but I'll come back for that pint when things are settled. You frigid deep stalker.
Fine, but you better not keep me waiting, you worthless copper-plated swordcast.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Y listo.
I still got it. Yep, still got it.
¿Qué pasó aquí? Ah, bueno, entonces, una misión que se queda siempre ahí, pero no se puede hacer nada más. Vamos. Ahora lo que tenemos que hacer es cambiarnos otra vez. Este.
Yes.
Listo. Venimos aquí. Otra vez a Orzammar. Vámonos por acá. Ah, aquí no hay cómo hacer esto. Aquí no hay cómo abrir el mapa. Como vamos de inventario. Ah, miércoles me olvidé de dejar algunas cosas. Pero bueno. Shale.
I'm to keep this, am I? Fine.
Bueno, yo creo que estamos bien. Creo que alguien tenía una mochila.
I'm only asking.
No. Vámonos.
Right.
Aquí está el TIE de Kadash. Hemos llegado al TIE de Kadash. Y como no, géneros por ahí.
Here we go. It's either you or me. It's gonna be me. Desperation is a potent perfume. A little frantic? I can see why. Time for fun. Let's get started. Show me what you got.
Listo.
As you wish.
Vamos por acá. Listo.
This is it. Kadash Tag. Perhaps. It may also be where I was found. These ruins are always overrun by vermin. There may be something noteworthy further in, however.
Listo.
Was this a home once? Did I live here?
You had it coming. This should be
Listo.
Let's get started. Don't stand. This should be easy enough. Let's get started.
Vamos por aquí.
Right.
Listo. Sigamos por acá. Aquí tenemos un emisario. Primerito. Ahí.
Right.
Ahí.
As you wish. Forward parry, strike. Still. Can have a hand.
Try not to look too incompetent. It's embarrassing.
Listo.
On my way. Yes, of course. It's done.
Listo. Vamos a Sigiloco. No. Shale. Eso. Cristal de fuego. Cristal natural brillante. Este es mucho mejor. Listo. Cristal perfecto de fuego, no. Estamos bien. Vamos ahí. Subimos de nivel. Ahí. Guardamos por aquí. Sigamos.
Let's get started.
Here we go! Show me what you got! Let's get started. On your guard!
Right ahead. Here!
Never know what hit him. Excellent!
Make her be praised!
Es por aquí. Más cosas.
Right ahead. I shall. Right away.
Vamos por acá. Por acá. ¿Dónde estaban? Nosotros. Ah, no, por acá mismo es. Ahora sí.
This should be easy enough.
It speaks.
No, no. Vamos. Vamos por acá. Listo. les voy a comentar que este video sí va a ser más largo de lo normal, así que va a demorar mucho más.
Crawling with filth. Typical.
Only one. This should be easy enough. Watch out! It's either you or me. It's gonna be me.
Vamos por acá.
Are you done yet?
Listo.
I'll do it.
You had it coming. Here we go. Let's get some. You never had a shot.
Listo.
As you wish.
I'm
Sigamos por acá.
uncertain what I hope to find here.
Sí, nos guardó. Y listo. Tenemos un ogro alfa.
Desperation is about show me what you got. Let's make this quick, shall we? This should be easy enough. Let's get started.
Uno de esto. Esto de aquí. Esto. Y por último, esto.
What is this? This I remember. It has dates and names. This is to honor those who volunteered, those who became golems. And there is my name, Shale of House Kadash. Just as Caradin said. I remember now. I remember, Shale. That was me. Wonderful to remember being a soft, squishy creature of flesh. Perhaps I will need to think on these things I have learned. Perhaps I will speak to it of them soon. For now, let us carry on as we have.
Y listo. Ya acabo con la misión. Voy a poner aquí subir así. Listo. Y a ver. Wine. Vamos a ponerte grifo de custodio. Vámonos. Guardamos por aquí. Y vámonos aquí.
This should be easy enough.
Así vamos por aquí. Y vámonos al castillo del disco rojo. Pero antes de poner esto, quedaría esto, wine, esto, y a ver qué tenemos por aquí. A ver, constitución más 6. Ataque más 10, destreza más 6. Esto no. Yo creo que este aquí. Daño con todas las danos más 5. No creo que esté bien. Bueno. Hielo perfecto. No. Esta sí. Ahí estamos bien. Por aquí necesitamos a lista ahí. Un ratito. Campamento.
Let's get started.
Indeed. Yes.
Yes.
Ahí mismo. Ahora sí, entremos por acá.
Right.
I understand you've acquired all the allies you could.
That's good. We can call the landsmeet if you are ready. I would prefer not giving Loghain time to consider, but it is up to you. I do not wish to go to Denerim unless you are with me.
Vamos.
Excellent. I shall make the arrangements. Let us be off to Denerim, and may the Maker watch over us. Denerim is the heart and soul of Ferelden. It was the city of King Calenhad, the birthplace of Andraste. As stubborn as a Mabari, and as good to have on your side. If we defeat Loghain here, the rest of the nation will follow us. By calling the landsmeet, I've struck the first blow. The advantage, for the moment, is ours. He will have little choice but to show himself, to oppose us directly. He will strike back at us. The only question that remains is how soon. Loghain, this is an honor, that the Regent would find time to greet me personally.
How could I not welcome a man so important as to call every lord in Ferelden away from his estates, while a blight claws at our land?
The blight is why I'm here. With Cailan dead, Ferelden must have a king to lead it against the Darkspawn.
Ferelden has a strong leader. Its queen. And I lead her armies. Ah, the Grey Warden recruit. I thought we might meet again. You have my sympathies on what happened to your order. It is unfortunate that they chose to turn against Ferelden. You should curb your tongue. This is my city, and no safe place to speak treason. For anyone. There is talk that your illness left you feeble, Eamon. Some worry that you may no longer be fit to advise Ferelden.
Illness? Why not call your poison by its true name? Not everyone at the landsmeet will cast aside their loyalties as easily as you and these sycophants.
How long you've been gone from court, Eamon? Don't you recognize Rendon Howe, Arl of Amaranthine and Terran of Highever?
And current Arl of Denerim, after Urien's unfortunate fate at Ostagar. Truly, it is an embarrassment of riches. You have no rights. Your family surrendered them when I revealed them to be traitors to the king.
You are either very bold or very stupid to threaten the Ten before witnesses.
Enough, Calthrian. This is not the time or place. I had hoped to talk you down from this rash course, Eamon. Our people are frightened. Our king is dead. Our land is under siege. We must be united now if we are to endure this crisis. Your own sister, Queen Rowan, fought tirelessly to see Ferelden restored. Would you see her work destroyed? You divide our nation and weaken our efforts against the Blight, with your selfish ambitions to the throne. Cailan depended on the Grey Warden's prowess against the Darkspawn, and look how well that ended. Let us speak of reality rather than tall tales. Stories will not save us.
I cannot forgive what you've done, Loghain. Perhaps the Maker can, but not I. Our people deserve a king of the Theron bloodline. Alistair will be the one to lead us to victory in this blight.
Oh, is that all I have to do? No pressure.
The Emperor of Orlais also thought I could not bring him down. Expect no more mercy than I showed him. There is nothing I would not do for my homeland.
Well, that was bracing. I didn't expect Loghain to show himself quite so soon. My sister married King Merrick while he was still in exile. At that time, he and Loghain were inseparable. The wild prince who'd never seen the inside of a castle and a farmer's son. When Loghain joined Merrick's rebels, he was just a raw-boned boy, but he got on one knee to swear that he would see Ferelden free or die trying. And conspires with a blood mage to poison me. It is a bitter dose to taste. The Chantry speaks truly about the corruption of power. If a man like Loghain could go and do this, I would never have believed he would do anything but what was best for Ferelden. We need eyes and ears in the city. Loghain has been here for months. The roots of all his schemes must begin here. The sooner we find them, the better we can turn them to our advantage. Go have a look around, and see what you can turn up. Better yet, find the nobles who have arrived for the Landsmeet. Test the waters. See how many will support us. When you're ready to talk strategy, come upstairs to my sitting room. We can lay out our plans for the Landsmeet then.
Y listo, ya estamos aquí. Estamos en la granja, a ver la última parte de este juego. Y tenemos que seguir completando primero estas misiones de aquí, que lo haremos en su debido tiempo. Y bueno. Ha sido todo por el video de hoy. Y nos estaremos viendo en la siguiente vez. Nos vemos.